ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Boltor here, and today we're going to be playing some gameplay with the long-awaited Order Corruption Nature Bounce deck. Now, I spotlighted this deck as one of my first videos that I ever did, but due to software issues and technical issues, I wasn't able to really record long enough to record any gameplay for it. So, since I've gotten that fixed, we are going to be diving right on in and hopefully getting a nice quick game, and a couple of games here with this deck. Now, while we're waiting, there we go. And we're up against Scumlord82, probably playing Rage Rush, because what else does Rage play? In this matchup, we're going to be hoping for the Jungle Death Trap, and we're going to be hoping for our Harpies in our opening hand. So we're going to draw again. We got the Harpy. We didn't really get much else. If he opened, okay. I'm about to say if he has an aggressive opener, then we're in for a rough game. I think I'm going to open up the Nature Shrine, and I'm going to send away one of these Order Shrines for nothing. I was really hoping to get a Corruption Shrine. We do have the Sanctum of the Void, but obviously we want to save that for using the they're getting the hero power, the Soul Prison. There's our Corruption Shrine. Hey, we had a Corruption Shrine. You know, one of these days I'll actually start using my brain instead of just, you know. So we're going to play it, hopefully draw something we can use. There's another Blood Harpy. The fact that he hasn't played anything these first couple turns is a huge, huge deal. Because, as everyone knows who plays against Rage Rush, they can get real quick, real fast. There's a Fireball... Nope. It's a Goblin Looter. Well, he showed us he has a Fireball, so we know he has a Fireball, which means he's going to kill off one of our Blood Witch Harpy. But ooh, that's why I opened the Nature Shrine in the hope or in the chance that I drew into. So we're going to play the Nature Shrine for mana. Draw. Okay. And we're going to play the Jungle Death Trap. I love the Jungle Death Trap. I know some people don't like the card, or some people think it's OP or what have you. I think it's a great anti-aggro card, and I don't think it's that bad whatsoever. I like that it's a big body that you can kill off. Your opponent can sacrifice a creature to kill off, just like that. So we're gonna get hit for 1 again. He's gonna draw another card. That's fine. Next turn we play the Harpy. That's gonna get fireballed, but you know, at least we get the. So he has the removal for the 1 Harpy. This is going to kill off probably the 2/2. Yep, and the Harpy's going to get fireballed because he showed us he has a fireball. But we play the other one. And maybe I think next turn we'll play. We're going to be hoping to get some Corruption Shrines so that we can turn or get Sanctum of the Void enabled. Our win condition for this game is probably going to be the Succubus. We're going to hope to draw into the Succubus. We're going to hope to, well, that's good. We want the Enchanted Spring, because that's actually enabled. So there's our bounce. Our bounce is ready to go whenever we need it. So there's the Blood Witch Harpy. There's our other Blood Witch Harpy. It's probably going to kill off. Yep. Because he's probably got another card to kill our Harpy. Probably another Fireball, to be completely honest with you. There's another Fireball. It's like I'm psychic or something. And there's a Gabo and Rooney. Unfortunately, this isn't looking all that good for us. We really need a Succubus. Not a Venerated Unicorn. I don't know whether or not to hold on to the Venerated Unicorn. Let's send back one of our Venerated Unicorns. Hope to get a shrine. There's one. I think we can. I really don't want to play this for level, so we're gonna hold on to this. So we're not playing the Restless Tombs. Restless Tombs is kind of dead right about now. I think we got to play the Unicorn just so we can have a blocker. but let's draw a card and see what we get. There's another unicorn. Alright, so we're going to play the 2 unicorns. Yeah, let's give them both Swift, and let's kill off 2 of his creatures. We'll kill off the looter so that he doesn't have any more card draw, and we'll trade with the Gabbo, I guess. Or Gibbo, or however you say his name. Not looking too good. Like I said, we really need to draw into our Succubus. Our Succubus, we bounce it, we play it again, that's 8 life. And even if he doesn't kill our unicorn, we can bounce the unicorn and destroy that massive assault. He can't attack this with anything he has because its speed is 3, but he might have another fireball to kill it. I hope he doesn't, but we'll see what happens. So, already we know we're going to get hit for 3 this turn. I don't know what he's waiting on. Okay, there's a... Well, that hurts. That's 9 damage that we can do nothing about. So we're down to 7. Ugh. There's a Corruption Shrine, so we can play that for level and enable any Succubus we might draw. We are going to bounce our Venerated Unicorn, and we're going to play it. Okay. Yep, I found a bug. Instead, I think we're just going to have to landslide these 2 cards, which really sucks. Because we got a bug about with the bounce and couldn't destroy the Massive Assault. Well, now we've got to just pass the turn. That really sucked. That's not what I wanted to use that landslide on, but this game is still in development. It's still in closed beta, still needs some fixins. There's Massive Assault and there's the Goblin Recruiter, and I believe that's just game. Well, game 1 is a loss. Partly because of the bug, but we weren't exactly in a great position regardless, so... Okay, well, at least you got to see a little bit of what this deck does. Again, I didn't really have too many creatures to bounce, but you could kind of see the idea behind the deck. You attack with a creature, you bounce it back to your hand, you play it down again, and get its enter the battlefield effect. This has got Venerated Unicorn, Succubus, Mesmerizing Spirit. Alright. Hey, it's iTheft. I recognize that name from the forums. And this opening hand is terrible. I mean, 1 shrine, maybe, if we had one. You know, but no, not so much. So yeah, we're gonna draw. I mean, I like having these cards in my opening hand, but not without any shrines, so we're gonna draw again. Well, that's kind of better. We got the Succubus, we got the Restless Tombs, we got a Pacify, which is probably the best removal, and if he's playing an early game, we've got the double Jungle Death Trap. Problem being, we don't have any Nature Shrines. So here's hoping he's got not much going on this first turn, and we can draw into a Nature Shrine. Alright. Nothing yet. We are going to send back probably the Restless Tombs, I should think. Yeah. And hope to get a Nature Shrine. We get neither. But we can get the Order Shrine and enable, we can enable Pacify should he be playing, Dominion, you know, super, whatchamacallit, super, implants, like... Okay, so we play that for level. Pacify is enabled, although we doubt we're going to pacify the Shadow Step Assassin. Bleh. But, I mean, we could, if he, say, puts an implant on it, make it super big. We're going to save the Pacify for something more threatening, like Karthus, maybe, or... I do anticipate... I saw a Rage Shrine. Where is it? Yeah, I saw a Rage Shrine, so this might be more of an aggressive deck. But either way, we're going to be... I'm going to send back the Restless Tombs again and hope there's a good Nature Shrine. I don't want... Like I said, I really want to save this for its hero power, so let's play this, and we're going to play out the Jungle Death Trap. Next turn, if the situation calls for it, we can Jungle Death Trap and give it Swift, or we'll just play the Mesmerizing Spirit and attack his hand. But we will see what he does. That's another Rage Shrine. He's got still only the 1 level, and I have absolutely no problem with him trading his dude into my Jungle Death Trap, because the Jungle Death Trap is there to take care of early aggression. That might be worth Tornado Outbreaking, but I think to challenge it and to basically say, you know, answer it or not, we're just going to play the Jungle Death Trap, and we're going to hold on to the Tornado Outbreak in case we want to bounce it back to our hand or we want to knock his card back to his hand. We'll see what happens. Next turn, I think we'll play the Corruption Shrine and possibly play the Mesmerizing Spirit. Helm of Dominion. See, that's the kind of thing we kept the Tornado Outbreak for. So we're going to bounce this back to our hand, and it's going to lose the Helm of Dominion. And so I think next... Yep. Since he wasted the Helm of Dominion on it, that says to me that he didn't really have much else to answer it. So I think I'm going to play the Jungle Death Trap down again. And... Yep, I think we're going to hold on to our 2 mana for possible Pacifies. Now he's got double Dominion. I don't think he'll Cataclysm. There's a Vampirism. Then, yeah. So we're going to pacify this back to his deck. Basically making his turn null and void. We're going to play the Corruption Shrine, play the Mesmerizing Spirit, force him to discard. And we'll see what we hit. And Assassinate. I like that. Swing for 4. Next turn, we can play another Corruption Shrine and get the Succubus out and get ourselves 4 life and steal 4 life from him. We're in an okay position. I would feel a lot better if we had another Succubus or such. If we draw another Shrine, I might play and go up to 5 mana, just so I can be ready to play Succubus and then bounce it, so that it doesn't die or get removed, or, you know, so I can bounce it and then play it again for 8 life out of a single card. If you guys hear him in the background, you're going to have to deal with what we deal with. I have a Bungle, or a Bungle, that's what we call him, that's his name, Bungle. He's a beagle, and anyone who's ever owned a beagle knows that they're loud, they howl, and they're very excitable, I guess is the word. So we know that he's got the Cathedral of Night, so he can do Cathedral of the Night, kill our Mesmerizing Spirit, and gain 2 life, go to 18. But that's fine. Mesmerizing Spirit did her job. Ooh, a Cataclysm for two of our guys. This deck does run whatchamacallit. This deck does run 2 of the Instill Life. Let's draw a card. Hey, it's Venerated Unicorn. I don't mind playing that and killing off a Vampirism and not doing anything else. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll end the turn. This deck is a few creatures lighter, so we don't really need to worry about tempting lure right away, I don't think. We'll see what he gets. He might not get anything. Because we are, like I said, kind of light on creatures. Oh, he gets a Venerated Unicorn. I think. Is that all he's going to get? I think so. Yep. So he spent 5 mana to get a 2/2 that didn't do anything. You know, hey, that works for me. Alright, so since we went up to 5 mana last turn, what we're going to do is we're going to Corruption. We're going to play the Succubus. Gain 4 life, take 4 life from him. And we're going to bounce the Succubus and play her again next turn. Now I think we're going to swing for 2. Obviously he's going to block it with the Venerated Unicorn, but hey, if he doesn't, we hit him for 2 more, right? That's what I thought. Alright, so we've got... He's going to swing us for 3, or maybe more. But we can, again, next turn we can even, if he's got no blockers, we can play the Succubus, give it Swift, and hit him, and take 7 life out of him, and gain 4 ourselves. That's why the basic Niva is probably the best creature for this deck. I mean, in theory, you could play a number of other heroes, like, or not creature, hero. You can play... you could possibly play the other Niva if you wanted to, but I like giving creatures haste, especially after you bounce them. It's kind of like a more complicated Path of Transcendence. Ooh, that's something I didn't expect. I did not expect to see a red dragon. Hopefully he attacks with that next turn, and we can pacify it. Because he played that, I'm not. We're obviously not giving we're obviously not giving Succubus Swift, but we're gonna send. Should we landslide? I don't know. I think we're gonna send one of the landslides back and not get a shrine. That sucks. I mean, our options are we can Succubus and then bounce it. That takes up all our mana, and we're getting hit for 8 next turn, dropping our opponents to 8. Or our opponent to 8. You could landslide both of those guys back, but then we're not doing anything else. Unfortunately, I basically have to let's pass the turn, and we'll hopefully pacify the red dragon back into his deck. We might even Tornado Outbreak the Spoiled Aristocrat. We'll see. We'll see what he plays. Hypnotizing Whisper. Well, the worst thing he gets is a Succubus. Although he might, if he gets a Mesmerizing Spirit, that's kind of annoying. He gets another Venerated Unicorn, I think. He gets another Venerated Unicorn, which is funny because that's like the one creature. All right, that's the one creature that, you know, we're not really using in this matchup. I mean, I know I hit a Vampirism, but that's probably the only target outside of maybe. And I think, yeah, we'll just take the. We will just take the 3 because it exhausts that, so we can't block our Swifted Succubus next turn. Although he could block it with the Venerating Unicorn. But then, if he does, we get to kill the Unicorn. Alright, so we're going to play the Shrine for mana, draw a card. What do we get? Get another Shrine. Okay. So, we're going to play the Succubus. Give it Swift. We're going to attack his face. He's going to block with the Unicorn. And then Fireball. Oh. You know, the Rage in the deck. I should have seen that coming. Oh well. I still have the Tornado Outbreak to, We still have the Tornado Outbreak to, if he plays something big to attack us with or to block with. But we did still get, you know, 8 life out of a single Succubus. That's good, in my opinion. There's gets his own succubus, and so we are going to. He's going to gain back life. That's his what? Second tempting lure. Ooh, I've got a clever idea. Tee-hee! So we're gonna take 5 here, and we're gonna play the succubus. He stole from us, and we stole right back. Ooh, that Sanctum of the Void is gonna be good. So we're gonna play this, gain the 4 life, and then I think we're gonna bounce her back. He's swinging for 5. We're gaining 4. The other thing this does is it forces him, if he wants to Vampiric Touch to gain the life, and he's got to do it to one of his own creatures, and that lessens the amount of damage we're taking every turn. We're going to play this, be able to do this and this at the same time, and gain 6 life. So I'm not really all that worried about, you know, dying to damage just yet, especially since we're at 16. Well, 11 now. But I'm feeling pretty good, especially since our opponent only has 2 cards in hand. I would like another Tornado Outbreak. Like I said, now he's only dealing 4 damage. Ooh, there's the Instill Life. Okay. So, we'll play this. And what do we have that is an Instill Life target? We have Unicorns, we have the Mesmerizing Spirit. We can get a Jungle Death Trap and a Mesmerizing Spirit back. And gain 4 life. I like that. Okay, so we're going to play the Succubus, and we're going to gain the 4 life. And we are going to play Instill Life, get back a Mesmerizing Spirit, and a Jungle Death Trap. That'll force him to discard one of the 2 cards that's left in his hand. And it gives us blockers, and it gives us... We're actually threatening lethal with these 3 creatures in play. So we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. He's going to assassinate our spirit. That's fine. He's still got that 1 card in hand. I don't know what it is. He's holding on to it. We've forced him to go through a lot. And you see how this deck is really centered around Succubus as a win condition. And I know a lot of people are on the fence about whether or not Succubus is too strong or OP, as some people say. I'm on the fence about it myself. A 4 life swing from your opponent to gain to you is a lot. If it just like dealt 4 damage to your opponent, that might be different. It's pretty easy to kill. That's what I think keeps it balanced. It's not really all that like a threatening a body. Then again, you know, you're not using it for its body. You know, puns intended, because it's a succubus. You really are using it for its enter the battle effect. That's an interesting move. Oh, he's really making sure that he kills off that Jungle Death Trap to avoid lethal. Let me think here. It kills off his creatures and wipes his board. I can sacrifice the Succubus to block. I think I'll do that, because it's more damage. And if I happen to top deck a top deck a Succubus, then it's just GG. I mean, the downside to doing that is he could have a creature to play to kill it, but then he's got no cards in hand, and I'm feeling a lot better about my position. Also, this comes off cooldown, so any creature I top deck is lethal, because I can give it Swift and swing in for game. This is a better example showcase of what this deck does. It really abuses the enter the battlefield effects of cards like Succubus and Mesmerizing Spirit. That's why it plays the Instill Life, because it's because the creatures that come back all get their enter the battlefield effects. So we're in a really good spot. We're just waiting on our opponent to either play the card in his hand or pass. And the turn timer has started. I don't know if he's contemplating I don't know if he had to get up from his computer or what. Oh, did he divine offering and not get a shrine? That sucks. But you know that happens in this game. Well, we're gonna swing for 4 and we'll see what happens next. We've got the landslide, so pretty much anything he plays is just out of the way, assuming it's not a creature that gets killed by Jungle Deathtrap or Lord Karthus. So we'll pass the turn, and we're threatening lethal with our Jungle Deathtrap. And he's got 1 card in hand. Could be a shrine that draws him another card, but it basically comes down to this. What did our opponent draw? I mean, we've got 32 cards in deck. We still got 2 Succubus left in the deck. Number of creatures that we can top deck for the win. But did it happen again? Now he's tempting Lure and hoping to hit some creatures. There's a Blood Witch Harpy. That's gonna force us to sacrifice our Jungle Deathtrap at the start of the turn. Oh, and Landslide isn't an instant. Ooh, that's a good hit for him. But I can still Landslide. Oh, I forgot the Jungle Deathtrap trigger or kills off the Blood Witch Harpy. Well, that bought him an extra turn unless this draws us a creature. Big whammy, big whammy, big whammy. Stop! Nope, no creature. Oh. Alright, well, at least our opponent is in top deck mode, and he's not playing draw spell aspects. He's not playing Wisdom. So he's probably not going to be drawing cards unless he's playing Goblin Looter. There is a Swiftblade Assassin. And here's Restless Tombs. Alright, so we have the Restless Tombs to fall back on. But we're going to play this and hopefully draw a creature we can play. We didn't. So there's Restless Tombs, and I think I'm just going to Soul Prison to force him to sacrifice the Swiftblade Assassin. It's more or less just to remove the blocking creature than the actual life gain. But unfortunately, Restless Tombs doesn't... we can't give it Swift because... Well, there's a Tornado Outbreak. We can't give our zombie Swift, at least not that I'm aware of, because it's not a creature we played, it's a token that gets spawned from another effect. Well, there's a Blood Witch Harpy. Alright, so so here's Tornado Outbreak, Blood Witch Harpy, give it Swift, and that's the game. GG! Alright, guys. That's going to do it for this video. Again, if you like it, subscribe, thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'll post a link to the deck to my other videos in the description below. As always, may the cards rise to meet you and bring good RNG to your enemies' enemies.